involved now in an 8-man tag match.
Well, and I'm not a professional wrestler. I never have said I'm a professional wrestler, but if Rick Michaels wants to make the mistake of booking a match that wasn't supposed to happen until Freedom Fight on July 1st in a steel cage right here in the NCW arena, if he wants that to happen tonight, we've talked about it in the back, okay, that's fine. Once again, we're going to give him just enough rope to hang himself.
It may not be a mistake, Bill, but then again, the evening is young.
Well, and I still have a tremendous opportunity coming up. I'm going to be identifying one of the legends in the wrestling business, the new chief operating officer of Wildside and of NWA in Georgia. This is a major figure, a man with multiple-year experience.
That's true.
I think these fans are going to be excited when they find out the caliber of talent that's coming in to help guide them through this new millennium.
That's terrific. Now, since no one has seemed privy to stooge me in on this, can I take a wild guess who this might be?
Go right ahead.
It's got to be Burt Prentice. I mean, since you and Burt go way back, like last week, I think it's got to be him.
Well, I mean, and certainly Burt would be highly qualified for the job, but because of his arrangement with WCW and his promoting in Nashville, he's not available. By the way, excellent flip there to a leg drop. Another moonsault attempt off of the first rope. That time a little bit too quick for him was John Phoenix. Phoenix tries a standing moonsault. I think that was a mistake there.
I think a standing shooting star almost.
But he hit it right there. These guys have been going from the bell. You know, there's a lot going on here, obviously, in my life and the life of the company, but we're here to present quality professional wrestling.
No argument.
Have to give Rick Michaels his due, and I rarely do that, but he did put this match together, brought these two young men to the building, and it looks like they deserve to be here. Well, that was a heck of a bump off the floor there, and there's no pads on this floor.
Well, it certainly isn't, but there's a lot of splinters now, I think, in the head of John Phoenix.
Jason Cross, high-risk maneuver. Hits that right off the top rope, right down on top of him.
I think it's more of an idiotic maneuver. If you don't land correctly, you could possibly impale yourself on your opponent, as Jason Cross nearly did there.
Well, I've always questioned why these young people do so many of these high-risk maneuvers. It appears that the Hardy Boys and others have showcased so many of these moves that they've become the standard for these young talent. I'm getting to the point where you see 20 senton bombs within one show. I'm beginning to wonder about the longevity of this young talent. How long are they going to be able to survive the toll they're putting on their bodies?
That's true. There's a lot of toll putting on the bodies, too. But then again, it also seems to be almost polarizing wrestling. You have some wrestlers do some of the more traditional ways of professional wrestling, and others take to the air. And it seems to be almost kind of makes wrestling more schizophrenic, I believe, as the years go on almost.
Well, it really does. A couple of good moves have been set up here. Phoenix did a reverse neck breaker right into a slam there. Looks like he has him for the 3 count. No, nice kick out by Jason Cross here. Excellent young talent.
Happily, referee James Hampton, whose name I'm pronouncing correctly this week, was there to catch it all.
Well, first time in last time. Understand that you and Lee had a little bit of confusion on the names, but as the fans may know, you were brought in at the last minute, took over these positions, and I thought did an incredible job on commentary for the first time in.
Oh, thanks. It was just the medication talking, but thanks much.
He's over. He's got him set up for a backslide in. Oh, wasn't able to get him 2 count there, broken up with the legs. Big clothesline, flips him all the way over.
I believe Lee Tidwell will call that a 170-degree flip.
He didn't make it quite all the way.
Thank you.
Second rope. Hits it this time, missed it the last time. Hits it from a standing position. I wonder sometimes why dropping a leg isn't sufficient, but those are certainly good-looking moves.
It certainly is. It certainly is a pretty exciting way of certainly demolishing your opponent, if possible. But then again, you take a lot of toll on your knees. Notice the amount of damage that goes on to the knee. Oh! A leg right on the back of the neck. And I think John Phoenix might be down for the count.
Wait a minute,
here.
He got up. I'm not sure why he did that. He had the man pinned, could have locked the leg right there. That can be a big mistake. And again, going to the top rope. I don't know if he's got his man. Well, that's what I was afraid of. It was just a smart move by John Phoenix on the ground, giving him the time to get up there. But again, this is not a smart move.
I think in some ways, John Phoenix is almost the wily veteran of this match.
And a big top drop, much like Bull Buchanan in the World Wrestling Federation. But only 2.
It goes to show you when to drop a leg off the top rope and still not be able to defeat your opponent. Whoa! Getting to the face of referee James Hampton. Not a good move, apparently.
Well, not a good move at all, and you really should not get into it with the officials in here. You need to be concentrating on your man at all times, particularly when the match is going at this kind of fast pace.
And if you don't do that, remember the fact that James Hampton can defend himself.
It appears so. Slinging him into the ropes here, catches it, bringing up a nice standing drop kick.
Right on the money, right on the chin.
I don't think this young man can take too much more of this. He's taken a lot of percussions to the head, quite a few to the chest. He's going to be having trouble breathing pretty soon.
Oh, you would think so, but then again, too, the damage I think that John Phoenix is doing to himself with all this aerial maneuvers is really beginning to take his toll on Phoenix. Case in point.
And he went all the way over on that one, but trying to be fancy, went all the way over and found nobody home. And now it looks like, yeah, it does. It looks like Jason Cross is getting a good second win, and the crowd here at the NCW Arena appears to be behind him. Blocks that punch, blocks the second one, catches two of his own, a third. Into the rope, slings him off, up and over, big backdrop. Tell you, this young man Cross, excellent second win here. He's coming back strong, misses two, but catches him with a reverse spin kick. Could go right here. Should be hooking the leg. Should be hooking the leg. No, that's a sloppy pin, and he's not going to get it on a wily veteran, as this young man has proven to be.
Perhaps Jason Cross realized that maybe it's still too early in the match to pin one John Phoenix, so maybe he didn't go for the leg in that respect, too. Maybe a series of punches on the top rope will do the trick. No. Maybe a Huracan Rana will do the trick.
It certainly could, and that was a beautifully executed one. Nicely places him in the middle of the ring, but once again goes to the top. And how many of these moves are these kids going to risk?
And the bad thing about that, too, the amount of time it takes to get in position gives his opponent plenty of time to get that second win.
Boy, that was a heck of a flip off there with a twist in it, but still not enough to take it home. And one of the problems, again, is when you go into these flip moves, you're blind when you go over. The man on the ground makes every movement, takes him straight down into a face buster. I don't see how this Jason Cross is going to be able to come back again.
No, I think John Phoenix thinks he's finally got Jason Cross's number right now.
Into the rope, has him set up, catches him. Wait a minute, catches him underneath, hooks him into a cradle. There it is.
Roll.
That was beautifully done by Jason Cross.
The element of surprise.
Jason Cross.
Now, I'll tell you, first time in the building for both of these young men, and what a heck of a match out of them. I question some of these high-risk maneuvers, but you can't fault the final part of this match, and that was that victory roll, beautifully executed.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
How about it, Wildside? Y'all got any rednecks out there tonight?
Well, I don't know what's going on here. Sean Royal has just come out to the ring. He didn't even have a chance to be introduced.
Well, I guess we'll introduce him. Here's Sean Royal.
JJ, is take your ass in the back and give me some time with Mr. Riddle.
Sean Royal is setting the referee away. Is this a good idea?
I don't know. This.
Mr. Riddle, I thoroughly enjoyed whooping your ass last week in front of all these fine folks.
Looks like Sean Royal has something in his pocket.
Look here. I've been knowing you about 14 years now, Riddle.
It's a tall boy.
Long time in this business.
I thought you and Sean were just good friends.
No gold, and I ain't got no gold. And the name of the game in this business is to get the gold. Right? Yeah. So what's your goal? Now tonight, I come up here, and I don't have a problem getting in this ring and whooping your damn ass again. I will do it. But I got a better idea. Take this cold beer right here. You chug it on down. We'll head on out to the local whiskey hole. Get us another cold one. Look for a few hides. Talk about how we can get some gold around these wastes. And all you boys back there, it don't make a damn who's got the gold on their ass. Whose ass is strapped to is not a problem. Me and the Riddler, man, the redneck and the Riddler are coming for you. What you say, Ruddy?
Well, it looks like instead of a match, he's offering him a cold beverage.
So in other words, it's a peace offering? What kind of wrestling match is this? A peace offering?
I don't know, but it looks like Rusty Riddle doesn't mind the idea of the cold beverage. Well, you know, these guys do have some history. Rusty Riddle had one of his earliest matches with Sean Royal back in the Crockett Charlotte promotion.
Not to mention the fact they also met in a genuine wrestling match in this very program 2 weeks ago.
They sure did, but I have a feeling they've spent more time in the bars together. And maybe that's the whole point here. Maybe they've decided it's better to team up than to fight.
You gonna bring the damn beer, I'm gonna whoop your ass again.
Well, it looks like it's up to Rusty Riddle. Sean says he will whoop him again, or they can just enjoy I guess they're going to enjoy a lovely beverage.
I don't believe Rusty was able to drink too much of that. Most of it seemed to spill down his chest. And the rest went down Sean Royal's throat.
Well, we just entered and exited the family hour.
Well, we are on late at night usually, aren't we?
Well, we are at least in Atlanta, but there are a couple of places where kids don't do this at home.
That was actually Diet Coke, kids.
It appears that we don't have a match here between Sean Royal and Rusty Riddle. Well,
but we do have a new